Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Show Thoughts podcast. I'm the Big Show. Of course, this is Samantha. And apparently, it was inauguration day. If you slept under a fucking rock, you missed it. But again, this is a no nonsense podcast. I'm not going to get into that shit. I'm not going to go down to fucking the whole Slytherin Trump nonsense and whatnot. I just don't want to talk about it. But I do, with all that being said, I want to talk about, did you see Roseanne rapping?
All right, so I did not watch the inauguration, okay, for my own personal reasons. I opted out. So when you texted me that, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? I was like, no, I did not watch anything on TV, like, not happening. And then you were like, it's everywhere. And I was like, where is it everywhere? Because I'm not seeing it everywhere. Like,
Right.
legit, I was not seeing it on Instagram. And you're like, no, I put it up in my stories. And I was like, okay, I gotta go check this out now. So I went on your stories and I looked at it and I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, oh my God, what did I just watch?
Right? It looked like somebody's hood ass grandma was out there just doing their thing. And I was like, what the fuck?
she, she had the braids and everything. And I was like, what did you do?
The worst part, right, is like I showed Brandy it, like, yeah, like 'cause she kept looking at me and I was like, yo, this is Roseanne Barr rapping. And she was like, what? And then like I showed her and she was like, well, at least her hair looked good.
Oh my God.
And I was
I
like,
just started laughing because I was like, I feel like she's desperately trying to stay in the limelight. Like, please
oh
don't
my
forget me,
God.
guys.
But then like when they were cutting to like different parts of the song and like her outfits, I was like, look at fucking Roseanne out there with like the furry hat going on and shit. I was like, what in the fuck? What? I like had to run it back just to watch it again and be like, wait,
Like, I just kind of feel bad for her because I was like, is this her midlife crisis? Like, did she just skip over that until now?
I
Like,
swear. And then I'm sitting there and I was like, I looked at Brandy and I was like, how old is Roseanne? And of course, I'm doing like this search and shit. I was like, this bitch is like 70 fucking 2 years old out here rapping, looking like somebody's trap grandma. I was like, what the fuck? And she's in the fucking Lambo or whatever. And I was like, dude, what the fuck
I
is happening?
see, but this is where it makes me worried now because, like, my dad's almost 70, right? And he's pulling this type of shit with, like, chasing, AI skirts. Now we get Roseanne, who's 70, and she's rapping with braids.
Right. I was just like, and then the worst part is, right, is like today. I mean, I think it's hilarious. It's a very insult like to rap culture and all that. But I'm sitting here because like the weather is crazy on the East Coast, like super cold and whatnot. And I swear, I was like making coffee this morning. I was like, why they turn Becky into Dan? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm singing the song. I'm singing Roseanne bars. And I was like, what is wrong with me? I did. I was like, oh my God. Then I was like, maybe because I'm bringing it on a podcast. And I was like, I don't know, but why is this shit stuck in my head? I was like, yo, you need to get the fuck out of my head. And then like the only the only misconception, like I, I don't think people were getting is the dude that she's rapping with is Canadian talking about
Yeah.
American politics. That's where I was like, what the fuck? What?
Maybe they were trying to make that represented because, like, Trump is sitting here trying to make Canada the 51st state. I'm like, you
Right.
can't just, like, so
You
maybe
can't make
that's
the
where
whole
that
country
connection
a
was.
state.
Huh?
You can't make a whole country a state.
Right?
Right. But my thing was like, so this is the same guy, Tom McDonald, after the Trump assassination attempt up here in
Hmm.
Butler. He made a song called Bitch You Missed. And I was like, of course, like,
Wait, is
I'm,
this like on Spotify or something? Like, where do I
yeah,
find this
yes,
song?
ma'am. Yes. If you don't know about this song, you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you can stream music. I'm not bullshitting y'all. It's legit. So again, it's not only like what you and I talk about or like wrestling or sports or whatever. I try to do research for this podcast. So I like clicked on it and I'm listening to it and I was like, oh, okay. Like, all right, we get it. All right. Yeah, the
Mhm.
person missed. Got it. But then he's like, he's a very patriotic, like, rapper.
Mhm.
To me, and I'm like, you lost me. Like, you just lost me. Because he talks about both sides, even though they come off as the red. But I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, whatever you choose is whatever. But I was just like, okay, like, kind of sounds hard. And then I was like, but that's the only song I've ever listened to this guy with.
Mhm.
And then I heard this Roseanne shit, and I was like, pump the fucking brakes, dude. Like, what is happening right now? And then I was like, Roseanne and Tom McDonald. I was like, I- it, this is music? Like, all right. And I was like, oh my God. Like, you grabbed your grandma and was like, hey, Grab, you want to shoot a video? She's like, yeah. Yeah. Like, But, like, I, it's, if you have not seen it, the name of the song is called Daddy's Home. That's legit the name of the song.
That's so cringe, though.
It's
That's
so fucking cringe because I was just like, because I was
you
looking at
said
the
that and like
comments.
a horn just came into my head.
Oh my God. As soon as I was like, because I was reading the comments, and of course, you people are like, what song is this? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like clicking on them, and I'm like, everybody, you get those fake ass answers and all that. And all of a sudden, it was like, no, it's called Daddy's Home by Tom McDonald featuring Roseanne Barr. I was like, okay, let's just. And I was like, oh my God, it's legit. I was like, oh my God, this song is really called Daddy's Home. All right. All fucking right. So if you're up for seeing Roseanne Barr spit quote unquote bars, meanwhile, it is trash. It is so fucking trash. I'm just telling you, give it a Google. It's worth a Google. It's worth a fucking time for you to laugh
Yeah.
because I don't care if you think the country's spiraling. I don't think if you think Trump's going to do great. I think it's fucking hilarious that Roseanne Barr is out here rapping. That's what I think is more or less the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. So if you haven't, remember, it's called Daddy's Home. Seriously, that's all I'm going to tell you. Um, Another thing is everybody's asked, how's Rebecca's marathon journey? If you haven't looked at Rebecca, her journey on Instagram or socials, I'm going to put the link in this week's podcast, but you can follow her at Rebecca the Mediocre Runner. That's on Instagram. I don't know if it's on Facebook, but I'll have all the links for people. She's killing it. She's doing great. She last thing she posted on IG is she got 2 miles down really quick. So I wanted to touch base on it real quick. It's not a lot of information, but if you go on her Instagram, she talks about her progress and it's really cold right now, so I can only imagine like her running and like this weather and all that stuff. But I mean, to what I know and what I see, this woman is ready for a fucking marathon. That's just me. So, the more information we get, or as it gets closer to the marathon, I will have Rebecca on here. So, um, another thing people I got asked about was how was Vegas? I didn't go to Las Vegas. My mother went to Las Vegas. All right. I got FaceTimed or video called at like almost 10 o'clock at night here while they were there, and I didn't answer. All I know is my mom had a blast with her boyfriend, my stepfather, Kevin. My niece and her boyfriend went along with my cousin Stormy and her husband Brian, and they had a blast. They only went for like a weekend trip. They're back. They're already back already. But They had a lot of fun. My mom told me she got a little tipsy, and I was like, "Ooh, ooh, get it, girl," because my mom don't know more, man. Like she had a little bit of sangria on Thanksgiving, and she was like, "Ooh, shit!" Like, dude, she even stopped cooking. Like she was not fucking around.
I'm not surprised because I went to Vegas years ago, and I remember. I mean, granted, this was like many years ago, but from what I recall, I remember those drinks were strong. 'Cause, like they
My
don't hold back on the alcohol.
my mom said she was about six deep because six rum and cokes deep because this past Sunday um is like my Graham's like death day. That's
Mm.
what it was. So it hits my mom and my aunts and uncle a little bit harder and some of the cousins and that. So my mom was just trying to like not drown it in alcohol, but she was just like, hey, my grandma would want her to have fun and enjoy
Hmm.
Vegas and whatnot. She's like, Paul, next thing you know, I totally forgot I'm in Vegas and your drinks are free as you're gambling. She's like, and one turned into two, turned into four,
Hmm.
turned into six. And I was like, that's fucking incredible. Like,
Yeah.
just to hear my mom get a little litty made my fucking day. But they were coming out of where the street performers were, and my mom tipped this guy in a gorilla costume to, like, I don't know, street performers. I don't know exactly how it works, but she gave him the money, and he did some things or whatever. But I don't know. But the thing is, my stepdad saw this because my mom was like, "No, I got in," and then the she said the gorilla costume smelled like moldy cheese and grossness, and she was like, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not dealing with this." She was like, "It just smelled like sweat, ass, and cheese and grossness. Like the costume hasn't been washed in forever." And I was like, ew." Like, all right, that's nasty. And she's like, well, Kevin's seeing this. She was like, Kevin comes up and I tip the fucking gorilla $10 more.
He smells. I love that. Thank you, sir.
Now your mom's in that costume.
No, 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 no. It's
Oh,
just a
okay.
person. Did you hear my mom though? She's like, that guy in that costume smells.
That's like a weird ass costume too. Just throwing it out there.
Right. And then like the fact that he's like kind of jacking my step.
Right? Like, and there was no hesitation. He went right for
He
it.
went right for it. Like, okay, let's just do this. All right, it's fine. What's this? The banana? I ain't got time for this shit. And the best is my stepfather is just as drunk as my mom going in, and he's like, "Oh, that's fantastic!" You can hear him in the video. It's like,
It's like, guys,
oh
I just
fuck,
got a hand job from a gorilla.
I just got a handy J from the fucking gorilla, but that's fine. It's totally cool. It's all right. So, just one of many things that has happened, but that like my mom was like, "I'll send you the video." I was like, "Please do, please do."
Right?
Because I was like, I already know where the fuck I'm putting this at. So, um, so no, no, they all went. My plan is to go next time, for sure. But um, it was a lot like it was talked around the holidays. My mom really wanted to do it. She had the funds to do it, and she was like, "I really want you to go." And I was like, "But it's like Christmas and Xander's birthday," and I was like, "I just can't." Like, so as they're there, everybody's like, man, Paul would like this. Man, Paul and Brandy would like this. I'm like, okay, well, we get it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't. Like, I mean, I'd love to, but I mean, I'm gonna go because I've never been and I really want to go. Like, I just want to chill
Yeah.
out, I guess. So I just don't want no handy J's from a fucking gorilla. Like, I'm good. I'm really good on the fucking handy J's from a fucking gorilla. Um, then uh, I s- I made a post. Here we go. So I made a post, and I have got Facebook messages, Instagram messages, all kind of different messages, actual text messages, and wonderful people that comment on it too. And I was like, I will talk about this on the podcast. You're really going to this year's bar crawl? Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. I am
Mhm.
going. I am going after 5 years of not going. And the last time I went was crazy enough. It was after my grand passed. And I mean, I had fun, but it wasn't, I don't know. The ambiance was a little different. COVID was just about to start.
Mhm.
So I was like, man, it's cool, but like the pandemic's like literally behind us. Like it's on our heels.
Yeah.
So I we would do get-togethers and shit like that, but nothing nothing's the bar crawl. So I was like,
Now, I have a
what?
question for you because my memory is so bad. I remember going to one bar crawl with you. One. But somebody informed me that I went to two.
Um
And I was like, I cannot remember for the life of me attending two of them.
so this is where my memory will also get bad because people that have been on it with me will tell
Mhm.
me if you've been on one or two, and I'll get a couple different answers. So if I get the majority one, I'll let you know how many you've been on.
Because, like,
I
I
think
only remember one. I remember one of them. I was dressed up. I remember we went to all the places. Like, remember hitting them all up. I remember because you were still with Ashley at that time. I
correct.
remember that. That was the last one that I went to. And I cannot for the life of me remember ever going to two of them.
I can't really recall. I don't think you went to two. Like I can't. But Ashley watches the show, so Ashley will fact check me and be like, "Yeah, I bet you went to two, and yeah, it was this time," and I'll be like, "Cool," because I don't remember. I
I
mean, I drank a lot and did drugs. I'm sorry. Like,
right?
my bad.
I mean, I know I got drunk on the set. The one I can remember. I remember I was drunk at. I wasn't
Okay.
like shit faced drunk, but I remember being enough.
Yeah.
But like, did I completely like drink the first one away? Where you remember shit?
I don't. I really see that's the fucking crazy part. It's because people will bring up like crawl memories to me,
Yeah.
and like certain ones stand out. Like certain ones do. Like I know you for a fact you were at
Mhm.
one. I know
Yeah.
you were at least at one because like we were all at Jimmy D's. Like
Yes.
all of us were at Jimmy D's.
Yes.
So I know that one. That one sticks out in my mind. I don't really remember a second one. Like, damn, that's gonna fuck me up. So
Right.
ask
I was told that
fact
the
check
first
me.
one that I attended, Rob was with me.
I don't even remember Rob being out.
I don't me neither. The only time I ever remember going anywhere with you guys and Rob, there were two occasions. The first one was his birthday, and you couldn't
Right.
make it to that birthday party. The second time was when we went to D's six pack, the
Yeah.
dogs, because James and Justin were with us, and like the whole gang. We were
Yeah.
all there. That's the only two times I ever recall going out with you and Rob.
That I think there's also maybe a McFadden's time in there too.
Okay, that would make sense.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure about that. But crawls, I really think one. I really think one.
I'm
But again, we could be wrong.
yeah.
But I mean, I have awesome fact checkers out there, especially the person that was with me there most of the time. Like
Well,
she'll be like two. I'll be like, got it. Makes sense. But like, um, but like I got asked the dumb questions. It was like, oh, are you gonna like you're 42 years old? And I'm like, no shit. Like, I get it. But like my thing is me going into this year
Mhm.
is completely different than I've ever did it. Because now I'm the person, looking back on it, I'm the person now that will say no to a drink. There was a time I'd just be like, oh, it's fucking, oh, yeah, you know, whatever. Yeah. Now I'm like, no, because I know how that's going to feel in the morning now. I've had
Yeah.
enough experience to know how this is going to work out.
Mhm.
Another thing is, I used to have something that would go with me. I don't do that no more. I'm
Mhm.
so, that part of me is behind me. I'm not here. I'm not doing this to get smashed. Like, I'm going because I haven't been really out like
Mhm.
this with a whole bunch of people that I know and I love and just want to see some people, for fuck's sakes,
Yeah.
in 5 years. So it's this, people could say it's bullshit or whatever. That's no, it's not. I'm here to have a good fucking time for once. Like, and
Mhm.
remember that I was there,
Yep.
and like be part of it and whatnot. And just experience it. Like I wanted to do it 2 more times before I was 45. And I was like, okay. And I was with, I went and saw my buddy Craig. He was right up here at the clubhouse. He was shooting pool. And he's sitting there and he's like looking at me and he was like, hey, so you coming in March? And I was like, for what? He's like, on the 8th. It's the crawl. And I was like, bro, like, come on. Like,
Mhm.
no, I'm good. And he's like, well, this person's coming in. It hasn't been in a while, and I wasn't gonna do it. But if they're coming, man, I really would like you to be there. And I was like, all right. I was like, stars have to align for me to even consider this. And I was like, okay, one, I have Xander that week.
Mhm.
Two, my I was talking to my niece, and she was like, well, come here, drop him off here at my mom's. And I was like, all right, that's fair. I could do that in the morning. And then, like when I was talking to Brandy, I was like, listen, if we are as good as we are, like by 6 or 8, we'll go get him and come home. Like,
Mhm.
Brandy can't drink like an alcoholic in fucking Southside. Like she can't because of her stomach and whatever she's going through. So Brandy's kind of like the DD. Even though I'm
Mhm.
not going to be all fucked up, I trust her more than me because
Mhm.
she'll be more coherent. So I still want to make sure like I'm with Xander the next day. And I'm
Yeah.
not like slumped in my fucking couch and hungover all
Mhm.
day. And I just don't want to do that no more. Like I
Yeah.
just don't. So when she said, hey, I'll watch him. Bet. Okay. Perfect. Like that's the one thing I wanted to do, but I also wanted to make sure I can get him either that night or the next,
Mhm.
like early the next morning. That worked out. Then of course I went to Brandy and I was like, hey, listen, how do you feel about blah 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 blah? And she was like, that actually sounds fun. And I was like, okay. So I looked right at Craig and I was like, I'm in.
Mhm.
And he was like, what? Get the fuck out of here. And I was like, no, I mean I am. I was like, I am. I was like, but I have rules for once. Like it's rules. Like I don't want to be fucking out till 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the
Mhm.
morning. Um, I don't want to mix a whole bunch of shit. I want to stick with just beer, whatever. I want to do like my usual, which is my ritual, is like third bar, have one shot of Jameson. The rest is all beer. Like I don't want to do 26 to 30-year-old antics no more. I
Yeah.
just don't want to do it. And then so I was like, okay, cool. Let me post it. That way people know like I ain't fucking around. And man, it was just like you would thought like an old WWE wrestler was coming back or somebody was coming back to a team like oh my god, are you
I
Ram?
know, I like immediately saw it like as soon as you posted because I was already up on Facebook and it popped up and I was like, shut up. I was like, no. So I have to. Wait, well, that's like the weekend before St. Patty's, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So I got to request that weekend off.
Well, like my thing is like my push is if you want to go, even if you don't drink and you want to blow off
Hmm.
steam, you just want to go fucking enjoy the day with amazing
Yeah.
people and just have some fun.
I mean, you read
Come.
my comment where I was like, "I'll be there. I'm just gonna be DD." Like,
Yeah, right. But like come to it. Enjoy the
yeah.
fucking day.
Hmm.
Blow off steam. Just if you're stressed out, come. For real.
Hmm.
And that's anybody. That's literally anybody. Like I'm not it's not like where I'm telling you, oh come on, we'll all get fucking hammered. No, just come spend a day. Like come
Hmm.
hang out.
Yeah.
Like why the hell not? It doesn't happen no more.
Oh.
Like I don't even hang with my circle really anymore.
Hmm.
So why not?
Yeah.
Why not? And I told Brandy, if this works the way I want it to, then yes, I will do one more by the time I'm 45. Like when
Hmm.
I'm 45. If it doesn't, and the next day I'm like, fucking shit. I'm gonna be like, done.
Done.
That's
Yep.
it. That's it. So if you're not doing anything, March the 8th, 2025, the St. Practice Day pierogi crawl or whatever it is labeled as. I really forget honestly anymore because it's been 5 years. But when I have more details, I will pull it into the podcast. But
Hmm.
yes, I am fucking going to the bar crawl. Like plain and simple. Do I remember a lot of memories? Not really. Not really.
No.
I mean, I have some, you know, I have like when Ashley and I got like fuck 10 or 12 like it's again she will fact check me. That's she fucking still makes me laugh. She'll be like, no, it was 15. I'll be like, oh, all right. She went and got gyros for Mike and Tony's
Hmm.
and nobody ate them. They were in our car. And we brought them in the house and I think we ate Mike and Tony's for like 3-4 days.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I was pretty gyroed out
Hmm.
after that. I damn, there's a lot. Like, my God. But the thing is I was introduced to this by Ashley and her family. And some of them are going down there. I would love to do this one more time with them, my family, my friends, my girl. Like, one more time ain't gonna fucking kill me. Like,
Hmm.
especially if you do it right, you do it responsible,
Hmm.
and you get the fuck out of there before the fucking morons and assholes and whatnot, which is like the
Yep.
11 hour when it starts getting really bad. If you get in, get out. Like,
Yep.
don't stay there till 2, 3 in the morning because that's when shit goes bad.
My
Like,
question is, do you? Because I know you used to start at Fatheads with a lunch. Is that something that you still want to continue, or is this going to be different? Where?
um, so that has changed from what I've heard.
Ah,
Yeah. So Craig and his wife have like a brunch at their house. And I was
gotcha.
like, okay. But in the midst of this, like I know that I'll be traveling to drop Xander off at my mom's
Yeah.
and then coming back. But because I want to spend some time with him and take him to my mom's, let him spend the day with like my niece, and then get him later or first thing Sunday morning. But on the way back, I'm like, I won't have really time for fatheads. So I was like, maybe I'll stop by there, at least because like Jen and Craig have been insistent on this to happen. Brandy and I will pick up Jen and Craig and at least take them to the south side. Do
Hmm.
that part. And then unfortunately, but fortunately for them, they're like the Uber king and queen. They're very responsible. They'll find their own way home, which they will. They will. But like that, like nobody does that no more.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, well, that sucks because like
Yeah.
I used to like going to fatheads. I think like Ashley's family has told me like they would still do that or whatever. But
Mhm.
like I know my people don't do it no more.
Yeah,
But that was always fun too. Because it was
it
like, okay,
was.
you get like all this in you, and then it's like, all right, now go drink it the fuck away, you drunk
All
hoe.
right. Nope, I'll go. But if anything, I'll have only one green beer because that's all I have to have is just one green beer, and then I'll be good.
That's how I feel. Like if I could at least get away with like 3, I,
Hmm.
I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Like, and then like just space them. And like I seriously kick it in the back of my head, like, dude, 42, them hangovers don't feel fucking pleasant.
No.
They're not
That's
pleasant.
why I feel like I would probably meet you like whenever you're like, hey, we're getting there. And I'd be like, okay. And then I'm piecing out by like 4 or 5 o'clock.
I mean, that's fine. But then like that's what's crazy is that like it still starts at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh man. Then I was like, oh yeah, it starts at 2 o'clock. Yeah, you'd wake up, start drinking at like 11. You fucking idiot. Anyway, like that would be how I would do it. So I mean, I don't know. Like I know what I've signed up for because I've experienced it for a long
Hmm.
time. But like I really do want to do it one more time. Just fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
But like I said, like I was introduced to it by her family and I'd never thought that fucking shit even existed. I was like, what is
Hmm.
this? And then if we just started making something into it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wow, all right, cool. Even when I posted it on Facebook, people are like, you mean like St. Patrick's Day? Or what are you talking about practice? And I was like, people still don't get it.
It's
I'm
the weekend
2 years later.
before.
It's the weekend before. So I stressed it. March 8th. You ain't doing shit. 2 o'clock. I'll be somewhere in fucking Southside. I don't even know where they started now because like it used to be excuses, but they closed that down.
Okay.
So
I'm just gonna find wherever I can park and then I'll meet you. It
that
might be a bit, but
that's fair because I think that's what me and Brandy are gonna do. We're like, let's just park somewhere and go.
yep.
Because that's it. I mean, I'll probably do my usual spot, which would be around like Smoke Joe's Tiki Lounge, because that was like the halfway point
Oh my
between the
god,
two.
I forgot that existed. Yes.
Yeah, that used to be like our spot. It'd be like, Ashley, we're parking here. And then like
Yes.
we'd be halfway down there and Ashley would go run her ass down there and pay for like the remainder of the night or whatever. And then by that time we were either like sort of there or close to there by the
Hmm.
time it started getting down there. So I don't know. Like I'm super fucking stoked about this. Like I'm excited, but like not to
I'm
get.
going all out, Paul. I'm going all out with my green. I'm going
But
out with a bang.
that's how I feel. I mean, like, why not? Why not go out with a fucking bang? You know,
Hmm.
this is
And the
it.
more we talk about this, the more I am thinking I went twice.
But do you remember when you went the second time?
Yes.
Okay. Well, when did you go?
Yep. Huh?
When did you go? Oh my.
I'm trying to think. I moved here in 2012. Met you in what? I met you in 2012.
Yeah,
The first one was in 2013.
that sounds right.
Okay. And then the second one was, I think, either 2014 or 2015.
That you might be right.
Because I
You might-
remember I was not feeling it. And you and I sat down because you picked up on it. And we were at a bar and you had me sit down across from me. And you were like, talk to me. What's going on?
right. That happens in a lot of them. Because I'll feel somebody out and be like, "Hey, what are you doing? What's the matter with you? Sit down. Let's have a chat." All right. I mean,
Wait.
oh my god, so many times. And then there'd be so many fucking people that would come with us, and I'd be like, I don't know where these people are.
Uh-huh.
I would just start losing them as we
I
progress.
just followed you and that was it. That's all. And then the second time, yes, because the second time I followed more of Ashley's mom because she had these fluffy green boots. I remember that, and that's how I remembered finding her. I was like, follow the boots, follow the boots.
Oh my god, that's the same year her and her mom had those like Ultimate Warrior fluffy boot things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Fucking bar crawl, bro. Jesus Christ.
How are you?
Oh my god. I don't know what to expect this year though. I mean, they're God. Man. I mean, I've seen people just fall off. Like, where'd they go? Nobody knows. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but hey, they get home okay. That's what matters to me.
And that's
And
because I remember I left you because after we talked, I think I went to one more bar and then I was like, I'm peacing out. And you're like, well, just text me when you get home.
it's always the rule. Just text
Mm-hmm.
me. Just text me when you get home.
Yep.
And then people fucking forget that. That's what's the bullshit. And then like you'll get the next day. Oh man, I got your text, man. I passed the fuck out when I get home. Okay, well I was wondering what the fuck happened to you. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, hey, what happened to so and so? I don't know. Like, I have no idea. Like, I don't have a fucking find my phone for them. I just can't be like, oh, all right, cool.
Right.
Like, oh my god. Like, there have been fuck. Like I know Eric watches the podcast and he
Mhm.
probably won't because like he has health issues and whatnot. But I've had good times with him in the fucking bar crawl. I've Brandon and Shmuel, like
Mhm.
me, Erica Shmuel,
Oh
Ash,
God, I
her
remember.
family.
Yep, James and Erica. Yep, I remember. I remember those bar crawls with them.
Dude, so many. There's so fucking many. Oh my god. Yeah. So if you have bar crawl memories with me, I would love to fucking hear them.
Mhm.
Because there's some probably I forget. But
I still remember you were shit faced in 2013 because I remember it was the first one. You were
that happens.
you were so shit faced. We were at what is it, Jimmy D's? The one that
Yeah.
has like an upstairs and downstairs, and we were all downstairs, and you, Ashley, and the rest were all in this corner. And you came up into the bartender. You came up to the bar, and I was standing there, and you're like, "You want a drink?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And all of a sudden, you ordered 8 different beers, and you walked the fuck away. You didn't even come and get the beer. I was like, "Oh, I only wanted one."
What the heck is the DVDs?
We're not talking about DVDs, silly boy. We're talking about your dad and the nonsense he used to do. Not like, but yeah, like
Like you walked the fuck away and never came back, and I just sat there and started giving the beer away to people.
that's possible. Like I'm not even. I know that is. That's legit. That's legit. Like somebody will tag me in something, and they'll be like, "Oh, this used to be you," and I'll be like, "No." And then like it was this guy. He was like he came up. I forget. He does it with like celebrities and stuff. But he comes up and he's like, "Yo, give me 4 bottles of Hennessy, 2 shots of tequila, 15 Miller Lights, and put it all in his tab." And he walks away, and I'm like, "Yeah, that was probably me.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind that I did that for sure." Um, yeah, I've did a lot of fucked up shit for sure. Like, yeah, just bad things. I mean, good things, but bad things. But like, you could
Yeah.
always have. There, I always have a story. I
That's true.
always have a story.
Hmm.
So I can only imagine what I'll hear, like what'll come up
Right?
with work, and I'll be like, all right. And especially, like I said, Ashley listens to this, so she'll be like, "Where do I start?" Number one, let me tell you about this shit.
I still remember like you and Ashley were sitting in the corner, and Ashley pulled me aside, and she's like, "I need to know what was the real reason you and Bob broke up." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Paul and I have a bet going, and I need to win this." She wasn't wrong. She won it, but still.
Hey, sometimes You gotta make something exciting.
Right?
You know, fuck it. Whatever. Dude, there would be something like when we would go on the crawl or whatever, and if it was so funny if her and I were like too tipsy. It's not like we would bang heads or whatever. We would get loud, but in a positive way.
Mhm.
She'd be like, "Oh my god, do you see what's happening over here?" And
Yes.
I'd
I
be like,
remember
"Yes,
that.
I see what's happening over there." But then the worst part is everybody around us heard what was fucking happening over
Yeah.
there. And it was like, we're trying to keep it secret. Yeah. Oh no. Oh my god.
Oh, they were
So
good times though. They really
I
were.
right. So it's like, why not one more with like a whole different cast of
Hmm.
characters and just show them,
Yeah.
hey, yeah,
Where
to
we can
like
remember all of it this time.
when you that part there, when you can actually remember it.
Hmm.
And now that like we have this platform, I can record certain spots of it and be like, look at this shit. Look at this.
Right?
Let me show you this guy here. Look at this guy. You know, where you could like break it down. And that's more or less why I'm not going to be really hammered either, because
Yeah.
I have to do it for this show. So
Hmm.
I'll just be like, and roll this clip. Boom. Look at this fucking stunner. Like, oh my God. But, man, that's going to be fun. That's
It
gonna
is.
be fun. What else? I really don't. That was pretty much like most of the questions I've got, which is great. The Vegas one is pretty hilarious because I was like, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck could I have been in Vegas when I was here in Pittsburgh doing my damn job in the freezing ass fucking cold? Like, no. Like, I love to be in Vegas. My mom said it was like 70. I was like, man, that's some
I
bullshit.
don't I don't know though. Like I don't know what it's like now, but like I heard that Texas is getting about 5 inches of snow. My family in Florida are getting anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of snow. Louisiana is supposed to be in for like an ice storm, like an ice freeze.
Yeah.
Like I'm just sitting there blown the fuck away, being like, I think Mother Nature's trying to tell us something, guys.
Well, like, I got two friends of mine in Louisiana, and they both Snapchat me and was like, "Look at this shit," and it was
Hmm.
snow, like a good bit of snow, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, like, oh
Yeah.
shit," and then it was like, there's some in Georgia, and I was like, what the fuck?
My cousin lives in Georgia and she was she was videoing, video chatting me, and the whole thing is covered. They were like literally sliding down their hill, like snow, what is it? Not snowboard, what's it called? Sledding. They were
Yeah,
sledding, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? And then she shows me later on her entire road is nothing but a sheet of ice. And she was like, yep, kids don't have school for the next 2 days.
yeah, because the South is completely unprepared for this shit.
Yeah,
Like, they don't know what snow. What the fuck are you
right?
talking about? Ain't nobody got time for no goddamn snow. And then I had
Mm.
somebody, a friend of mine in Minnesota, it was negative 14.
Well,
I
that's what it
was,
was last night.
I was like,
Here in Pittsburgh with the wind chill, it was negative
I was,
14.
I was like, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I commend people that, like, one, if you have to be in your car and you travel, like, obviously you travel due to your
Yeah.
job or not. But people that do like my job and have to be in this all day,
Hmm.
like, I mean, I get as the day progresses, the weather breaks and it gets a little warmer. But when we have to start our day, fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah.
Like, my car was like, why are you starting me? Like,
Right?
it was like, I guess I'll start. That's fine. It did. I was
It's
like,
like how I felt this morning getting out of bed.
well, that's how I was. I was like, okay, I'll wake up at like 5, get Xander up about like 5:45 so I can get into work. But then I was like, I still have to go outside. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, oh, God damn it. And I'm
You
looking
know,
and I was like, basketball shorts ain't going to cover it.
no.
No. I was like,
That's what's like
Project
really
Runway.
nice about my new car though, because like it does have a remote control start, but I can also start it from the convenience of a phone in my
Right.
apartment. So I'm like, I don't even have to go out there until I have to go out there.
Right? Like Brandy has that where she has it on her app or she starts it from like the automatic
Mhm.
start. And
Yep.
I'll sit there and go like, motherfucker. Because I mean, like, I get it, but in the same sense, I'm like, here I am. I'm gonna start my fucking car.
Right? Gotta go drudge
Like,
out there to go start it.
and the worst part is, I was sitting there going, like, there was a part of me that was like, don't start. Please don't start. Just don't start. Just don't.
Then you don't have to go to work.
Then I don't have to go to work. Xander doesn't have to go to his grandma's, like to his mom's house where his grandma watches him. And I can just hang out with Xander. That motherfucker knew it. It was like, no, you're going to work. I was like, God damn it. I was like, but I want to stay here. Like,
Right?
but like, I woke up and like before I'd have been like, fuck it, whatever.
Mhm.
Like my work pants, a hoodie, fine. No, 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 ma'am. It was like I had a shirt on, a long sleeve shirt underneath that, my hoodie for work over top of that, my vest for work over top of that, and then I had like
Mhm.
a neck scarf that like pulled up into a mask from the wind. I had basketball shorts on underneath my work pants. I was not fucking around today. Not at all. My 17-year-old son, on the other hand, yeah,
Yeah.
he was playing fuck around and find out. Like
Mhm.
he really was. Because I was like, come on, we got to get ready. And I was like, my initial intention was I was like, okay, I'm gonna because it was like negative. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have you put a hoodie on and then put your winter jacket over it.
Mhm.
I want to wear a hoodie. Okay. Okay. All right, fine. So we come in. I was like, you probably should get a longer shirt on. I don't want to wear a longer shirt. Oh, so we're doing this. Okay.
Yep.
So um I told him, I said, well, I want you to make sure you like wear your beanie. At least wear your beanie over your ears.
Mhm.
'Cause I don't want you getting frostbite. I don't want to wear my beanie. So mind you, he's still in a t-shirt and his pajamas and his shoes. Okay. Now, I'm not that bad, but I told him, I was like, walk outside.
Mhm.
Now, mind you, no coat, no nothing. So he
Yeah.
walked outside. Instantaneously, he turns right back to me.
I was like, fuck
And,
this.
and I looked at him and I was like, now do you want to put your coat on? Yes.
Right?
Now do you want to put your beanie on? Yes. I said, it's pretty cold, ain't it? He was like,
Mhm.
oh, he was like, it's so cold out there. Like, he's like, "Rrr." I was like, yes, I'm not playing around. Your
Mhm.
mother's not playing around. When we tell you to put your hat on, put it over your ears, put your coat on. Like, he was the, here's the thing is he would wear flip-flops in this weather if he had to.
Oh yeah. I've
But
seen
then
plenty of kids his age do it.
but that's what I'm saying is like I in one breath I'm giving him shit.
Mhm.
But then in the back of my mind I'm going, well, you used to go out there in shorts.
That's true.
You would go do this, and then I'm like, oh, so this parent
But like I
this is
was just talking to my best friend because we were talking about this on Sunday, right? And her teenager is doing the same thing, walking out in flip flops with like, the what are they called? The tube socks, I guess, the ones that go up to your knees.
yeah.
Like, and I'm like, I don't know how they do it. And then she's like, yeah, but remember when we were older and we went to those clubs? Like, yeah, the short skirts, the dresses, like these were not long sleeves. These were like short sleeved, crop top, like, over the shoulder, like
Oh yeah.
and then we wore in heels. And then, we were always like, well, we can't bring a sweater or a jacket because A, it doesn't go with the outfit. And two, we don't want to risk getting it stolen or lost. Yeah.
The top
So we
thing.
like
It didn't go with
walked.
the outfit.
Yes.
That's what I'm
And like
talking.
I remember walking like distance in heels, a short ass skirt with snow on the ground, being like, we're going clubbing, guys. And now I'm just like, Jesus Christ, what was wrong with me?
Right? All of a sudden, like you get in your age, and all of a sudden you're like, I ain't fucking going out there unless I'm fucking project.
Right?
Like,
I
oh,
can't
fuck
tell
off.
you how many pairs of long johns I now own.
Oh, I believe it. I fucking believe it. Like, that reminds me, there was a bar crawl where it was like fucking blistering cold,
Mhm.
and I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm fucking trashed, and I'm in like a shirt, fucking shorts, fucking steam coming off everything. Like,
Mhm.
it was bad, like really bad. But I mean, like, that's how I used to be. Now I'm like, no, I need like a coat, something underneath, but it all has to match. Like, it all has to match.
I don't even.
It's sad. Yes, it all has to match, Mr. Defiant.
I guess like I totally get that though, because like I know when I get dressed, okay, I think more about like, oh, okay, what makeup will go really good with this outfit. So I get it, I do.
It's the truth. Like, um, but we used to do that too. Like, it used to be like me, like in our 20s, like we were 21 or whatever, like when we first started going out. That used to be like me, Eric, our buddy Mark, Sean Marker, Mike, all of us. We, if it was cold, we would just have like the polos on and shorts or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and nobody would really wear a jacket. But then when you went outside, it was blistering fucking cold. But then
Yep.
like you're warm from being in there, but then you can see like the smoke and steam coming from off you because you were out there fucking busting your ass on a dance floor or whatever. And then, or you're like lit, so it's fair. And then we'd walk from the boardwalk over to like H2O, and it would be like fucking 4 degrees out, and you still had to walk, but don't trip over anything or don't slip on
Mm-hmm.
ice. Yeah. So I totally get why my son is like, fuck this, I don't care. I'll just do what
Uh-huh.
I want. And then it's like, that's where I laugh because, like, when I would go to high school, I would wear shorts like year round. I used
Mm-hmm.
to be a shorts year round guy, and then I lost weight, and I was like, no, I'm good.
Nope.
No, I have
Nope.
it. But like this type of weather, I'm not wearing shorts. Like,
No.
I'm just not, because like you can get your legs frostbite. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
there's like that high probability of it. But then again, like when I was in school, I would go in like a hoodie, shorts, or whatever, and stuff like that. Now, like the tables have turned. Now I'm the dad, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, 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 no. My thing was just like, I could sit here and have this little argument with him, or I could just say fuck it and go walk outside. Let me know how it feels.
Yeah.
And as soon as he opened that door and took a step, he turned right back to me. I was like, yeah, it's cold.
Yeah. See,
Cold.
natural consequences. He's got to learn on his own.
Yeah, but then next thing you know, there he was, coat on. He's like zipping it up
Mm-hmm.
and shit. I was like, yeah, it's you don't want to play around with that, man.
Yeah.
Now, like tomorrow and the rest of the week, like I'm gonna tell him, like, hey, it's really cold. I'm not gonna make him go back out there because I'm like he'll understand. Like, dude, it was fucking cold yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going back out there like that. Like, so it'll be different. Like the rest of the week, like put your hat on your head, wear a hoodie,
Mm-hmm.
wear a coat over that because it's gonna get colder and then warmer.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to happen. So I'm gonna make sure, like, got a hoodie on? No, I don't have. You sure about that?
Right.
You sure about that? Because the last time you said this, you walked outside, turned right around like military instructions. Bang. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he he better because like I'm not having it. But I mean, he is the kid that like if it was cold out, I'd be like, hey, can you take the trash out? He'd be putting on flip
Mm-hmm.
flops. Bro, it's December. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? I can't. And I think he does the same thing like his moms who want to put on his flip flops. She'll be like, no, put your shoes on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, how dare you?
Nope. It's
Because
either
I'm
that.
telling
Yeah, it's primarily the flip flops. I don't know a whole lot that still wear Crocs, but it's the flip flops.
yeah, I mean, if you wear Crocs, like I don't know. A lot of people do though, and they have the little what are they giblets in them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how is this fashion?
I
I
don't. I
don't.
saw on a social media thing. I don't remember. I don't know. It was some kind of dance festival that a friend of mine went to, and somebody was like literally drinking shots out of their crock. Like not
Oh,
like it was. It was like a tiblet shot glass, and so they put it in the hole of their crock, filled that shot glass, and drink it that way.
all right.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh my god. It probably smells like a gorilla costume. That's exactly what
Right.
it smelled like. Oh my god. Because like I've heard like people that wear Crocs, like they say they'll end up smelling real bad if you wear them for
Mm-hmm.
a long time.
My sister, she wears Crocs because she's like a pharmaceutical tech, right?
Yeah.
And she's on her feet all the time or whatever. But like, I've smelled her Crocs, and I'm like, dude, ugh, just chuck them.
I was there's a part of me was like, Sam, you just out here smelling your sister's Crocs.
Oh yeah, you know, just getting high off them.
Not yet. 3 more months. Just out here sniffing Crocs.
You know, it's a secret fetish of mine to smell people's Crocs.
What the fuck is those? Oh, those in Post Maloney ones. Be like, oh, nope, nope, get that shit the fuck
I
out.
don't even think I told you this. Like, it's not Croc related, but it's foot related.
Oh, let's fucking go. Let's close out this show. Great.
In college I dated a guy, right? He seemed normal, okay? I met him through a mutual friend. She told me, you know, she was like, I have this friend Adam. He's single, like whatever. She was like, let's go bowling with them. I'm like, all right, cool. So I went bowling, we hit it off, and then after bowling we went to his place where we kind of like it was a group of us and we were all drinking and having a good time. And like when I left, he was like, can I get your number? And I gave him a kiss and I was like, you can, if you really want to be with me, you'll find a way. And he did. He contacted my friend Amy. He was like, I want her number. I want to get with her, like whatever.
Right.
So long story short, we started dating. And it was probably about 2.5 months into dating. I'm chilling at his place. We're watching a movie together, right? And back in college, I was obsessed with toe socks. I don't know if anybody remembers with like toe socks.
I remember too.
Okay. So I was obsessed with them. And I had my feet lounged up, you know, up on his coffee table. And all of a sudden he just goes, you're wearing toe socks. I was like, yeah. He's like, okay. And I was like, you okay? And he was like, I just love a good pair of toe socks on a good, sexy pair of feet. I was like, wait, what? And he's
That's
like,
pretty
yeah.
fucking cringe. Like,
It was so weird because he was like, can I give you a foot massage? I was like, okay. And like, he slowly started undressing my feet, like slowly
he
undressing.
was having a moment.
He seriously was. It's like, so you know, he's like rubbing my toes, stroking my toes, asking if he can suck on my toes. I'm like, I need to go home.
Right. I'd look at him dead ass and be like, all over toe socks.
I knew that was my way of getting to him, though, where I was like, if I wanted a good night, I wore toe socks. Forget lingerie. I just needed toe socks.
Just toe socks. Oh my god. He was like, hey, nothing better than some toe socks on some sexy ass feet. Like, damn.
Make sure to wear the striped ones.
We're the striped ones. So next time, we're the polka dot ones. Where's the tiger stripe ones? Who's queen of the jungle now?
You coming over later? Yeah. Make sure you wear those toe socks.
You better wear them toe socks. Well, I have this really nice outfit. Toe socks. Jesus.
Right?
Like, okay. Like, my bad. Like, wait, Samantha, are those fucking orcas? You know I don't like them orca ones.
I told you to wear the leopard ones.
I told you the leopard ones. That way you come in and I could be like, "Rawr." Oh my fucking god! You just come in there. He's like,
He's gonna tear them off my feet.
right? Like the next day, your girls are like, "Sam, what happened to your feet?" Fucking Adam. I don't know. I don't know. Like, look at these. Look at it. Look how you bit them. I fell asleep. God forbid I fall asleep. Man,
He's a wild one. When it
he's
comes
a
up.
wild one, man. But if I wear regular socks, crazy.
Nope, not interested.
Not
He's got to see the toes.
Gotta be the toe. You gotta see him like. You gotta see him moving.
He's got to see
Tell me
them
about
wiggle.
them. Gotta see him wiggle.
To this day, I can't wear any more toe socks.
Well, I fucking bet you're probably scarred for fucking life. Be like, God damn, man, I can't fuck with them toe socks no more. I mean, those are cute as hell. Nope, never mind.
Nope, can't do it.
I just can't, shit. Because I'll be thinking about that fucking dude and be like, man, he was fucking crazy one night. Damn, man.
Right.
Toe sock, want to be licking my toe ass motherfucker? Like, come on, bro.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If it was a good pair of toe socks that really turned him on, like, woo,
I mean,
guys.
like, hey,
But
it's like, hey, to each his own. You know what I mean?
right?
But like, bruh, I think the best part of it for real is he's like taking the toe sock off and he's like trying to suck on toes. I'm like, ew, get the fuck out of here.
Right?
Like, if anybody that knows me, I'm not like a toe person. I'm not a feet person. So this whole entire story got me fucked up. I'm just like, bro, there are so many other things on a woman that are attractive. Her feet, because she's wearing toe socks. Get the fuck out here.
It's like I always laugh about this because everybody's like, well, you're supposed to have different experiments when you're in college, and I'm like, I learned about toe fetishes.
Yeah, I'd be like, you want to know a goddamn experience? I'll give you a good one. Don't wear these toe socks because this shit gets wild with my man's over there.
Right?
Right? Yes.
Oh shoot! What?
That's what I'm saying. Toe socks. Oh shoot, what? I just can't fathom. It's just like, all right. Like, oh. Yeah.
It's like,
Put
that's
him
your
in
thing,
some
okay?
He's like, put him in some open-toed sandals now. The ones with the little hook right here that puts your big toe.
Spread those toes for me.
Spread them to slower.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh fuck. Oh man. I'm never looking toe socks the same ever again. If I see toe socks on anybody, I'll be like, that's fucked up.
My best friend will always get me a new pair every Christmas.
For real?
Yeah.
Where are these?
She'll be like, hey girl, I got no.
She does it as like a gag gift because she knows how much I hate them.
Well, like I said, you're probably scarred for life where you see him and it's like this crazy trigger where it's like, no.
I can't. No.
They're like, no, I can't. No, I can't. No. See him be on Fear Factor, they just be putting toe socks in her face. She's like, no, I quit. I quit. I'm good.
Feel like you need some exposure therapy. Here's some toe socks.
Right? It's a goddamn goddamn donuts. Can't do it. Oh man, that's something.
Right?
Like, oh my. So if our viewers were Tozars, I mean,
You know what? I'm more curious to know, has anybody ever dated somebody with a weird fetish?
yeah, and let us know, because that's what we'll get. We'll get into that next week for sure.
Yes.
And then as we get closer to the crawl or whatever, I got a couple people that want to come on. Apparently they're gonna tell some stories, so we're gonna have to like try to figure it out. We're gonna be playing like, oh my god, like I don't know.
Okay.
So I mean, like,
I'm down.
you've only been to two, I've been to like a lot, so I have to sit there and like go through a whole ass memory and go like, wait, what? Wait, huh? Wait, do you have proof? Like, is there video? Like,
Oh.
yeah. Um, but soon I'm going to have my a good friend of mine and Ashley's cousin, Mr. Donnie Beatty, will be on. He'll reminisce with him about some bar crawl stuff. The time he got drunk at my house and he looked like Bowser from Mario.
Okay.
No, that's legit. We literally had cups lined around up his back, like our party hats. We had party hats.
Oh, okay. Okay. I
No.
was like, how the fuck does he look like Bowser? What?
It
Were
wasn't
you
a Halloween
hallucinating?
party. Sometimes it's good shit, Sam. Sometimes, But no, there was so many like party hats on him, and he was knocked. So, but yeah, that's gonna be fun. So that'll be happening soon. Again, I'll have Rebecca's link or her username in there in the link. Again, the Roseanne rap, that'll be there. Um, and maybe I'll have more videos from my mom in Vegas.
Yes, please do if you have
I,
any, because
I mean, if what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, I don't know. What happens in Vegas comes on my pod.
right? It's not that safe, guys.
Yeah. I just want to know if I'm involved in your life,
Hmm.
I see some shit, it's coming on here.
Right?
That's it. So that's why when people are like, I'll watch people and those like people I hang out with or whatever, they'll do something and I'll be like I just know, I'll be like, hey, you know what happens when you do that? You just became part of the pod.
Right?
That's it. When I see some bullshit, you come on the pod for sure.
Oh yeah.
But we'll be back next week. Everybody stay warm. Hopefully people aren't snowed in the south.
Right.
To any of the other listeners, let us know how your shit's going with this like cold front going around. Until next week, I'm the Big Show. Of course, that's Samantha, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.